Sometimes in life, you find yourself on the right side of the line.
Do you think there's a little PTSD somewhere in there in the biathlon? I mean, you've got somebody wore out to their wits' end, and now you're going to hand them a rifle? Is that really a good idea?
I mean, I'd be like that one girl, Carrie Strug, and she made that jump with a broken ankle. I could do that.
Live from Texas, this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast. You hear that? It's Brent and Landon, and this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast.
Well, Ashton, it's still Brent again, but apparently I'm going to have to call Bill Gates or Steve Wozniak, or maybe I'll have to go dig up Steve Jobs. But does anybody out there, anywhere out there that's listening, know what device not migrated means? Because we might have to talk about, and I'm talking about me, because I don't have the ability right now to tag in, to what is it, to stitch in, to patch in, there we go, to patch in Landon, because this equipment sucks. And I thought I had like more than enough equipment to do a podcast, and apparently I don't. So anyway, yeah. Any of you nerds out there that know how I can fix device not migrated, because I am using, the only way this is working is because I've got this old crap microphone directly plugged into the mic in jack. I've got this big-ass fancy mixer that's got cords going every which way. I didn't change anything other than maybe having some better content. And I know that didn't change the technical aspects of this mixer, but whatever the case, it's not working right. And all the bull crap, we need to go over, you know, there's a lot you can learn on YouTube. I mean, you can literally, I know there was some chick that literally built her house from videos on YouTube. And that's impressive. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I've used it. Let's see, what have I used YouTube for? Pickup repair. I've changed out the coils, which is not very extensive mechanical work. I'm not splitting down a rocket engine and seeing where the leak was that blew everything up. But let's see, I've done so I've done pickup repair. I've changed out that's a lot. Just the automotive repair is a whole lot of stuff. Probably saved me no telling how much money and twice the heartache, even though the money was less. So I was pretty happy about that. Let's see what else. Fixing home, electrical stuff. Who out there is more excited or feels more safe when their loved one, their devoted loved one, goes onto YouTube to look up professional high volt? Well, I don't know what you consider high voltage. 480 is as high as I get, but you go out there, get on YouTube, look that up, and you're wiring up a barn or something that's got lives could be at stake, and you're looking it up on YouTube, and the whole time you're looking it up, you finally find the video you want. And you've got to sit through 15 seconds of Liberty Mutual commercial. They're abusing this poor emu the whole time. I know it's a real emu because the feathers fly everywhere. Every time that commercial comes on, they just, I don't know if they got this emu on like child labor laws where they only work him 4 hours a day, but whatever the case, Liberty Mutual, all you insurance people out there have got the biggest marketing budget I have ever seen this side of life. Because that's all it is. It's insurance companies and what do we got here? That chick that looks like a tangerine that's got the Therabody thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Her skin looks like, it's not the Big, it's darker than a Big Mac, like a jack-o'-lantern, or a pie pumpkin, right out of the patch. And then, what is she going to look like in 40 years? I mean, unless she keeps stretching that stuff, she's going to look like a jack-o'-lantern, on like November 26th, like the day after Thanksgiving. We all know what a jack-o'-lantern looks like. It's all like the face is all shrunk in. The orange skin is now turning, shades of jaundice, and yellow, and it's getting all stretchy and squishy, and somebody forgot to, blow out the candle, so the wax is all melted down inside, which probably indicates what their soul represented, what their soul is represented by is a melted candle. So all of that, you're sitting through those commercials, and no telling what else you probably searched for your wife for Valentine's Day. You've got to sit through all of those commercials to get to how do you correctly transform 480 down to 120 or 480 to 220 or splitting out, I don't know, amperage from ohms, from resistance, from, all those good terms that I never can keep straight, but somehow I think I have an electrical voltage and amp meter. I can, wire up half of New York City. So all of that you get through YouTube. And to be honest, it's really pretty good. But computer fixing, I've made it work, but in this instance, when you pick out a page, this is going to be a YouTube, this is going to be a YouTube bitching session, I guess, because it's great and it's awful. Google is great and it's awful because, let's see, you type in, whatever. I can't get my computer to hear my mixer. I can't even get my computer to hear itself. It can hear what I'm talking to in this bullcrap microphone. Sorry, I had to breathe and swallow some spit there. And I didn't do anything. Landon didn't even do anything, and he's usually the one that screws it up. And I'm just sitting here talking to this microphone, and, I guess it works, but I want to be able to use all the cool stuff. I got these fancy microphones, and I'm trying to get the right angle into this microphone, so it's like I'm not some sportscaster at a single A baseball team game. But whatever the case, and I've actually got my computer working right. It's kind of slowing down a little bit here, but what's the first thing they tell you to do on anything electrical? Anything that's got a circuit board, a motherboard, you cycle the power. I don't care if it's a Dell Inspiron garbage, 5 PVC, I don't know what it is, but whatever the case, if it's a John Deere X9, if it's a Case 8430 or whatever, 8230, whatever we have, I don't know. All you have to do is cycle the power, and 9 times out of 10, it fixes the thing. And while we're on the subject of tractors and troubleshooting and service manuals, if you don't have the $5,000 book, actual service manual that they have at the store, at the dealership, you've got what? You've got the operator's manual. And we all know what that does. It says, please see dealer. Because we all know our dealer wants to get a phone call when you're rolling hay up at 2 in the morning and you get some bullcrap error in the tractor that says, please see dealer, please check with dealer, do not try to service on own without supervision from your friendly red zone country dealer or whatever it is says in there. And in their defense, most of the time it's something that's pretty easy. There's usually not, everybody's always looking for cancer. When they're looking for a zit, they usually try to find cancer, and it's really not there. It's usually just a zit, and they're just looking for it and looking for trouble, and it's usually nothing big. It's usually blow your air filter out. And that's the attitude you get sometimes. It's like, well, did you grease it? Did you blow your air filter out? Well, did you cycle the power? No, dude, I never think to cycle the power in the 21st century on anything. I don't care if it's my bike. I'm cycling the power just to see if the thing will pedal itself, because God knows I don't want to. Anyway, so I've cycled the power on this computer. I've disabled, I've enabled, and what else do they love to tell you to check? Check the driver, because your driver may no longer be up to date. That's all my computer does is update. That's why it sucks so bad, because it's always updating. It's never up to date because there's never a date to meet. It's always tomorrow's update. Well, do you want to wait? Do you want to postpone your update till midnight tonight, or do you want me to do it? No, I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. Please wait. I've literally tried to get out of a trade on my other computer, and the other computer is pretty good. It doesn't usually do this, but trying to get out of a trade, if it wasn't for my cell phone, I would have been livid. I got out of the trade through my phone app, but if I didn't have that, it would have cost me no telling how much. I mean, it wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have to sell the farm or, go hoe myself out. But whatever the case, it shut the computer up, locked it down. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't get out of a trade. And I'm sure it was a losing trade. I'm sure it wasn't a winning trade. But whatever the case, it's awesome because there's nothing that says rage. You think you have road rage. I've got update rage when it comes to computers because that's all they ever do. That's all they're good for is updating. Oh, well, and that's why Apple is probably better because the update is only, what? How often do you get an update on your iPhone? Like once a year or something? Now, they may be sending you app updates, but and you don't even know about it, but at least they have the common decency to, make it small and make their processing chip in their phone really good, which, of course, now we can't even get chips, so, whatever. But whatever the case, YouTube is a great place. I don't think I've ever done it for cooking. I've looked up stuff for just almost everything but. I wonder if anybody's typed in how to murder. And I wonder if that video has been taken down. I mean, you would think among all the other things they take down, like I've had copyright infringements, deals, emails sent to me because of the background music I use, but the subscription I have go ahead and takes care of that, and it's usually gone within like 30 minutes. So, what's YouTube's terms and conditions? No violence, no depictions of violence or whatever. Now Twitter, as long as it's not like you aren't literally killing somebody, it's pretty much anything goes. Because I had no idea how dark Twitter could get. Outside of ag Twitter and political Twitter. There's a whole other dark Twitter that a lot of you probably haven't seen, don't need to see, and just be happy that there is some sort of filter on your computer. Please don't turn those filters off because it will save your life. That's right. It's Twitter, those filters are there for a reason. And another thing, it's really interesting, the sensitive content, what they choose to signify sensitive content. I don't know if it's just, notifications from Twitter users or if it's, just an algorithm that picks up stuff. But whatever the case, it's really interesting the sensitive topics that they go ahead and let you see, but they throw up that banner first. And, of course, don't get me started on the COVID stuff. But whatever the case, the sensitive topic program they run is kind of messed up. So yeah. So I just got through doing an anti-malware service executable. This is not a computer. I'm not Kim Commando, by the way. Hopefully my voice is a little too deep and masculine for that, but whatever the case, here we are. So guys out there, is there an interesting thing that you have, looked up on YouTube, how to do on YouTube? Do you think, I wonder if medical students maybe, you think they look like, how to cover up a botched heart operation or brain surgery? I'm sure there's a brain surgery for dummies out there. I'm sure they made a book about it, but whatever the case, it's, I just hope that's really, they have a little higher class of learning at all the medical schools across the country. But we've all used YouTube for everything. And, music videos, pirated sitcom clips, you name it, we've got it. And it's just one of those things, farmers, I'm sure they use it. I mean, they use it. We use it. I use it for, whatever. I've used some cover crop videos to look at and, get some ideas. But whatever the case, it's pretty interesting to see what all is available on the YouTube website. So we're still working on this stuff. Still trying to get this program working, but we're going to get more content out there to you. Trust me, we're working hard. I'm working hard to try to get it. We've got all the cattle pretty much situated. We finally got a nice cold day today. Most people hate that I say that, but whatever the case, it was a nice cold. It was pretty windy. The morning wasn't very nice because it was blowing about 40 miles an hour and it was about 40 degrees. And there was much large amounts of airborne fecal matter, dirt, and God knows what else. Yes, stuff worse than fecal matter. So we finally got that first kind of cold norther. It's supposed to really freeze hard tonight, so maybe we'll get rid of the flies. And I really want to talk to Landon about some stuff and talk to you guys about some stuff. But until then, hopefully I can get this stuff fixed. If not, I'm going to reformat the computer and just lose everything I have. So, guys, until then, we'll be back whenever we can. We'll be back soon. If we have to use this old little bitty microphone, we'll do it. But until then, guys, you stay safe. You stay cool. We'll ask you, what side of the wall are you on?
The Dryline Farmer Podcast, a member of the Global Ag Network. There's podcasts, and then there's this, the Dryline Farmer Podcast.